In the grand kingdom of Eldoria, King Alden sat on his golden throne. His people were happy. The land was prosperous. Yet something weighed heavily on his heart. Despite the peace and wealth around him, the king felt a deep emptiness within. He longed for something beyond the riches and power of his crown, something that would bring true purpose to his reign. Queen Elara approaches the king, sensing his worry.
What troubles you, my king?
I must leave the palace, Elara. I need to see how my people live, to find answers that cannot be found within these walls.
The queen, wise and kind, knew in her heart that this journey was one the king had to make. And so, with her blessing, King Alden set off, dressed as a simple traveler, seeking the meaning he could not find in his crown. After days of traveling across the kingdom, King Alden, disguised as a common man, came upon a small farm. There, he met a humble the farmer who was busy tending to his fields. The king, weary from his journey, asked for a place to rest, and the farmer, with the kindness of a stranger, welcomed him into his simple home. The farmer looks at the king thoughtfully and says,
"You seem troubled, my friend. What brings you here, to this far corner of the kingdom?"
The king hesitates, unsure of how much to reveal to the farmer. He did not want the farmer to know that he is the king. The king responds to the farmer,
I am searching for meaning. Though I lead many, I wonder if I am truly fulfilling my purpose.
There was absolute silence. The farmer listened quietly, the crackling fire the only sound between them. After a moment, the farmer smiled and said,
"Let me tell you a story. Once, there was a man who owned a vast orchard with trees that bore the finest fruit in all the land. But one day, a traveler told him of a tree in a far-off place that grew golden apples. The man became obsessed with finding it, believing it would make his orchard perfect. He searched for years, leaving his orchard behind. But when he finally returned home, he found his orchard had withered, neglected in his absence. He had everything he needed, but lost it all because he was searching for something more. Sometimes, what we seek is already in front of us. We just need to nurture it."
With the farmer's words echoing in his mind, King Alden left the farm the next morning, his heart lighter than when he arrived. As he walked through the golden fields, he reflected on the farmer's story. The king says to himself,
I have spent so long searching for answers far beyond my reach, but perhaps the true meaning of my reign lies not in seeking more, but in caring for what is already mine.
With this revelation, King Alden returned to his kingdom, eager to nurture what he had overlooked. Back in the palace, King Alden was greeted warmly by Queen Elara. He told her of his journey and the wisdom he had gained from the humble, the farmer. As they walked through the palace gardens, hand in hand, the king felt a renewed sense of purpose. The king says,
I now know that true leadership is not about seeking what is beyond, but about nurturing what is here. The people, the land, they are the heart of this kingdom, and they must be cherished.
And so, with the farmer's lesson in his heart, King Alden ruled with wisdom, care, and love. He had found the meaning he sought, not in distant lands, but right here, within his kingdom. Sometimes the greatest wisdom comes from the humblest of places.